Welcome back to Auto Culture, the channel that focuses on the power, technology, and defense systems of different nations. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most powerful and controversial weapons ever developed by North Korea, or as we call it, Hwasong-14. The missile that shook the world and drew the attention of every major military power, the Hwasong-14 intercontinental ballistic missile, also known as Hwasong-14 ICBM. The Hwasong-14 is more than just a missile, it is a symbol of North Korea's determination to stand tall against global powers. When it was first tested, it made headlines across the world because it marked a turning point, the moment North Korea entered the League of Nations capable of striking targets thousands of kilometers away. This ICBM was designed not only to demonstrate power but also to deliver a clear message to the world: Hwasong-14 will defend its sovereignty at any cost. Let's begin by understanding what exactly the Hwasong-14 is. The name, Hwasong, means Mars in Korean, symbolizing fiery power and long-distance reach. The Hwasong-14 is a two-stage, road-mobile intercontinental ballistic missile. It's designed to carry nuclear warheads and can travel an estimated range of 10,000 to 12,000 kilometers, enough to reach parts of the United States, Europe, and most of Asia. That kind of range makes it one of the most significant weapons in North Korea's arsenal. The missile's development began after years of testing shorter-range missiles like the Nodong, Musudan, and Hwasong-12. Each test brought the country closer to achieving intercontinental capability. On July 4, 2017, the U.S. Independence Day, North Korea launched the Hwasong-14 for the very first time. That was not a coincidence. The timing was chosen carefully to send a political message to Washington. North Korea now had the means to strike back if attacked. The first launch took place from an area called Hwasong, in the northwest part of the country. The missile flew for about 39 minutes, reaching an altitude of around 2,800 kilometers and landing roughly 933 kilometers away in the Sea of Japan. That steep trajectory was meant to avoid flying over other countries, but experts quickly realized that if the missile had been launched on a normal path, it could have reached Alaska or even further into the continental United States. Just a few weeks later, North Korea conducted a second test on July 28, 2017. This time, the missile flew even higher, reaching an altitude of 3,700 kilometers and traveling nearly 1,000 kilometers before falling into the sea. These two tests confirmed what analysts had feared. North Korea now possessed an ICBM capable of carrying a nuclear warhead to targets across continents. The design of the Hwasong-14 is based on advanced rocketry principles. It uses a two-stage liquid fuel propulsion system. The first stage provides the initial thrust to lift the missile off the ground, while the second stage kicks in once it reaches the upper atmosphere, giving it the power to travel intercontinental distances. The engine technology used in Hwasong-14 is believed to have evolved from the earlier Hwasong-12 missile, which itself showed major improvements in North Korea's missile engineering. The mobility of the Hwasong-14 adds to its strategic value. Mounted on a large 8-axle transporter erector launcher, or telephone, the missile can be moved and launched from various locations. This makes it harder for satellite surveillance to track or destroy it before launch. The road mobile capability gives North Korea a huge advantage in terms of surprise and survivability. Now, let's talk about its payload. The Hwasong-14 is believed to be capable of carrying a nuclear warhead weighing between 500 to 650 kilograms. That may not sound like much, but with modern miniaturized nuclear warheads, it's more than enough to cause massive destruction. North Korea's scientists have been working for years to perfect this miniaturization process, ensuring that their warheads can fit onto long-range missiles like the Hwasong-14. In terms of accuracy, like most early ICBMs, the Hwasong-14 is not pinpoint precise. It's designed for large-scale destruction rather than surgical strikes. But for deterrence, accuracy is not always the most important factor. The mere ability to reach enemy territory with a nuclear payload is enough to deter attacks and change the balance of power. After its successful tests, the Hwasong-14 was widely condemned by the international community. The United Nations Security Council imposed new sanctions, while countries like the United States, Japan, and South Korea increased their military readiness. But for North Korea, these tests were celebrated as a national victory. Leader Kim Jong-un personally oversaw the launches and declared them historic achievements, calling them a gift to the American people on their Independence Day. From a technical perspective, the Hwasong-14 represents a massive leap for North Korea's missile technology. It showed that the country could design reliable two-stage rockets, control re-entry vehicles, and manage the intense heat and pressure of atmospheric re-entry, all critical components of ICBM technology. While analysts still debate whether North Korea has fully mastered re-entry technology for heavier warheads, there is no doubt that Hwasong-14 marked a breakthrough. Strategically, this missile has transformed the regional and global security landscape. Before 2017, North Korea's threat was largely regional, focused on South Korea, Japan, and nearby territories. But with the Hwasong-14, Pyongyang effectively gained the ability to target the United States mainland, forcing Washington to reconsider its defense strategies. It also boosted North Korea's negotiating power on the international stage. Every time talks about sanctions or denuclearization arise, the existence of the Hwasong-14 and other ICBMs gives North Korea leverage. It proves that despite economic hardship and isolation, the country has achieved a level of technological capability that few nations possess. The development of such weapons also tells us a lot about the mindset of Shumali Korea's leadership. To them, nuclear weapons and long-range missiles are not just tools of war but symbols of independence and resistance. They see them as insurance against foreign intervention, a way to guarantee the country's survival. In the years following the Hwasong-14, North Korea continued to advance its missile program. Newer and even more powerful ICBMs like the Hwasong-15 and Hwasong-17 have since been unveiled, each capable of carrying multiple warheads and traveling even further. But it all started with the Hwasong-14, the missile that opened the door to intercontinental capability. As we conclude today's video, remember that the Hwasong-14 is not just a weapon, it is a message. It tells the world that technology and determination can change the balance of power, even for a small and isolated nation. It also reminds us that in today's world, defense and diplomacy are deeply connected. One missile test can change global politics overnight. Thank you for watching Auto Culture. If you found this video informative, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on global defense systems, military technology, and the strategies shaping our modern world. Stay tuned for more insights into the incredible power of nations like Shumali Korea. Until next time, this is Auto Culture, exploring the machines, missiles, and might that define our world.